Good morning, YouTube. So in this video we're going to be looking at how to unlock the psychic abilities. So firstly, what I need to explain is that it's not down to the psychic, it's the spiritual awakening. It's going to be minus the mystical voice and the spiritual music in the background. I'm going to break this down so it's very simple, very easy for everyone that's searching for it to understand what it actually means. So we need to understand what it means to be psychic and to be a medium. A psychic is someone that tunes into your energy. And so what that means is that I read your energy, I translate it into language and I give it back to you as the client. And that's me just entering your energy, discussing what it is that I'm aware of and giving it back to you. Mediumship, or a medium, is the medium, the person that is translating from the consciousness of the loved one. I feel it, I give it back to you, the client. So I am the medium. So the way to look at that is I see a picture in my mind, I'm the artist, the pencil is the medium, the paintbrush is the medium. I am just the instrument in that process. So a little bit of a spoiler alert, because there is going to be no like wonderful, magical, universal pictures coming onto the screen, and I'm not going to change my voice so it sounds all lovely and talking to you in a softened demeanor in any way. I want to iron out any issues that we see upon the screen, making it achievable for you, whereas these other videos that I'm watching are a little bit out of reach. That experience doesn't happen for me. I'm not feeling it or seeing it that way. I can't do this. I can't achieve this. So for a psychic, you need to just attune yourself. Now the best way to do this is obviously set time aside. This is something that you're going to have to do and practice. What I see the biggest problem is with the psychics, or the ability of the psychic when we first start out on that journey, is they don't set time aside. They get one thing right and that's it. From there on, they're running workshops or they're running classes. What we need to do is keep the mind in the physical, in the real life, here and now, and go about your day job, go about your family business, go about your relationship as normal. And then when we set our time aside, we are shifting the intent of the mind to work in the psychic ability. So let me give you a quick example of how and what I mean. When you've had an argument with a loved one or someone that's important to you in any kind of way, the next time you enter their space, their room, wherever they're sat, you can feel that it's not quite right. And many of you will appreciate that scenario. You know, if you've got a loved one at home and you've had a bit of an argument and you storm out, when you come back, you can feel in the energy of the room something's not quite right. Nothing needs to be said. Nothing needs to be done. They can have their back turned to you, but you know you're on eggshells. You know something's not quite right. That's the psychic ability picking that up. So how can we do it then and then not when we want to do it? And it's because our awareness is not in the right place. The intent is not there. We're not looking for it. When we're going into a room and we know we've just had an argument with the person, our heightened sensitivity is in a place where we are checking. We're like edging towards them very slowly, like, are they all right? Are they going to shout at me? Are they going to have a go at me again? And so we're on eggshells and we're in a heightened state of sensitivity. Therefore, my awareness is in the right place. I'm feeling for it. Now, what I see many people do, and I've had it happen to me, is that I'll run a workshop on psychic abilities, and you have one good day, everything's going well for you, you've got a few hits and everything's all right, and then not attend another workshop, don't come back to the classroom, and next thing I see is advertising for psychic readings. This is something that needs developed. You need to really concentrate if that's the pathway that you want to go down. It means honing in. It's like any kind of other profession you can think of. Anything you want to be good at requires a lot of effort, a lot of time and a lot of dedication towards said subjects, and this is one of those subjects that require that. It needs a dividing line from your everyday life to one where you're going to work in a capacity of the psychic. And so what happens is that when our mind goes into gear, when our intent is in the right place, we can hit the mark every single time. So the practices that we need to do for that are going to be time set aside. So every Monday or Wednesday or something along those lines. Make it very definite. Now what's going to happen is that you're going to have a lot of bad hits. You're going to get a lot of things wrong. And because of that, it's going to be like, you can test this over the course of just today after watching the video. Just ask someone that you bump into, that you know, and say to them, like, is everything all right? Everything okay? And of course the answer will be, because the way we are built and the conditioning that we have in our mind is that the recipient will go, yeah, I'm fine, I'm absolutely fine. But really you can feel there's something wrong. You can feel there's something not quite right. Their thoughts are occupied with stress or worry or concerns. And so you are getting it right. That is right. I can ask the same question to the same person 30 seconds later in the capacity of a psychic, with me being the reader and then being the client, and me go, are you all right? And they'll go, actually, do you know what? I'm not all right. And then unfold. So when you're looking to develop this in some way, with the time set aside, you need to be working with people that are going to be honest with you, people that are going to open up to you in some way. This is the best kind of way to start learning. If you feel there's something wrong or something's not quite right, or equally they're overjoyed and they're full of excitement, they're going to open up when you've suggested that, when you've gave that as a statement. I can feel that you're very, very excited right now, or you're very, very down right now. And then as a psychic, we have to then tune into why that emotion is being created. It's not good enough to see someone skipping about and being like a proper spring in their step and they're really good, and then you as the psychic go, I see that life's going well for you right now. It's too open, it's not good enough. You need to dial in why that emotion has taken place. This is when you will get your credibility as a psychic. Equally, as we're working as a medium will be the same kind of process, where I'm tuning into the energy of the recipient, the physical person sitting in front of me. The same mechanic is used when I'm working with that of the spirit world. So as the person enters my mind, or that space, as they enter, I move my energy to them, I read their energy, then I translate it to the client. It's the same kind of mechanic there that we're using, and again requires the same amount of effort, if not more, because no one else can see this person. What I need to eliminate from this process, which I keep seeing upon YouTube and the other videos there, is the idea of how this mechanic works. We need to eliminate the Hollywood style. You know, they describe it as the person walked in and it's like a real person walking in, and they're having a full-blown conversation on TV shows or on movies, and then they're translating it. And when I ask a student to do it, they're not seeing it that way, therefore they can't be a medium. What you have to understand is that the person that has made the TV show, or the person that has made the movie, is trying to express to the viewer, in this case maybe you, the emotion or what they feel or their imagination is giving them. And then they need to translate that and give it in words for you to see it or hear it upon a screen, whether it be YouTube or a TV show or a movie set. So I understand why they do it in that way, to give you an understanding of the process that they've gone through. But this is a very individual journey. There is no one set way of doing it. And so if I had to explain to you my process, it will not resonate with any of you, because it's my imagination in my mind and the relationship that I have developed with the spirit world. So it's more than likely not going to be someone just walks in the room and I can see them from head to toe and tell you the size of their shoes and so on and so forth through a description for you to understand. Each communication is unique and each communication is very different. So it's not about sitting there and meditating for 15 minutes every single day to activate or decalcify your third eye to give you clearer vision. That's nonsense. All of that is absolute nonsense. What you need to do is get into the habit of doing it, and therefore that will give you the process, the mechanics and the confidence to go with it. It's like absolutely anything we do in this world. I need to leave from here and get in the car and go down and go to another appointment. But in no process there do I go, right, I need to put the key in the door, I need to put the key in the engine, I need to start it, I need to put it in gear, and when I turn the corner I need my hands at 10 to 2 and check my mirrors. And we don't go through that process. We do at the start of learning to drive, and we do when we first pass our test maybe, but over the years we just go to the car, we get in the car and we drive the car, because it's been gone through a million times, that same process I've practiced and practiced and practiced, and now I'm a relatively good driver. This is exactly the same for attuning your mind for psychic abilities, and exactly the same for attuning your mind for mediumistic abilities. So if you keep doing the same process, you're not double checking every movement that you do. It's tried and tested and you've got there and it works, and here we go. That's in no process there have you decalcified a third eye or have you activated a third eye. You're just used to using that space that the spirit world use, or you're used to using that space that you need to translate someone's energy. Now, the reason we go through these processes is because the teachings that we've had, you know, it makes sense that you've got a very, very busy lifestyle, and so I need to silence you. So what I'll do is I'll have my class of 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50, whatever it is, and I need to get you all in the mindset. I need to get you attuned. So what I say to you is, right, let's just close our eyes for a moment. We're going to meditate, or we're going to sit in our power for 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes, whatever it'll be. And what happens is every week we turn up, and every week we're going to sit there for that time period, and we're going to circulate our breaths, and we're going to go on a journey of meditation. The reason we're doing that is because I know that you all have busy lifestyles. Some of you will work in very public jobs. Some will be very at home, you know, running around, cleaning up after people, etc., etc. Your thoughts are everywhere. They're absolutely everywhere. By getting you to sit in one space for a small period of time, circulating the breath, what I'm giving you is a mind focus. That is why we do it. However, what has happened is that over the years of teaching this, the teachers of today are now saying that this is a requirement. And it's not a requirement, it's just to get the group together and to go through in that mindset, so you're all roughly in the same gear within your mind. Next step is that we need to eliminate what you've seen on the TV. We need to eliminate what other mediums in the class are saying to you, or other psychics in the class are saying to you. They're elaborating, they're making it sound like they're special in some way, like they're gifted, like the chosen one. And it's simply not the case. What it is that they're trying to express themselves through the experience that they're having, and through their language, which is very limited in comparison to a spirit. It is very limiting in the way that I can express this, so it will sound amazing. It will sound like I can't possibly achieve that. So now we've got rid of all the restrictions that we have there, and the journey is going to be one that's very, very normal to you in the end. You know, if you're just starting out, or if you're a very advanced medium stroke psychic. It's gonna start to feel normal. It's gonna be your everyday. If you start setting that time aside and you're working it and you're dedicating yourself to this practice, then it's gonna seem very normal. The magic can almost seem like it's lost there somewhere. But for those that know that, it's like the magic is always still there. We don't need to elaborate the story. We don't need to make it sound so far-fetched that it's unachievable. So what we're trying to do is get across some form of credibility. I'm not crazy. This community is not crazy. They're just sharing their experience through a very limited language. So what they will do is they will express it in their way, where they're going on journeys, or they experience this far-fetched idea, but in their mind they probably did experience that. What they forget is that we're all different. We all share the journey in a different, complete, unique kind of way. Also, what we need to do is remove any kind of fear. You know, it's I say it in a lot of the videos that I have on the channel. It's the spirit world are not going to harm me. They would have harmed me already. They would have got me already, wouldn't they? And so remove any kind of fear. The fear is of the unknown, and because we don't know, we fill in with the blank. There's always a reason that things feel the way that they feel. There's always a reason, and it's our interpretation on how we deliver that will stick forever. You won't get rid of it after that. So we need to be careful with how we say it. Now, if I see someone enter my mind and that they seem very, very normal in my mediumistic ability, but then all of a sudden it goes very dark and their eyes change and it looks a little bit scary, all they're trying to tell me is that, look, I went to a little bit of a dark place. You need to let my loved one know that. And they will recognise that as evidence that I went to a dark place. That way I can express it. So then immediately it will change, it will morph as it goes along, and then the communication can happen. What's happened over the years is people are like, oh my God, it had black eyes, or it was in a dark place, I don't know what they were trying to do, and it's scary, you need to protect yourself, and you don't go back there, don't do this. And all they were trying to do was express their story. So try to understand what it is that they're trying to say. They're not going to harm you. You're the medium. You're their voice for that moment. Why would they do that? Why would they scare you in that way? So maybe just change the angle that we're coming at. Don't jump on things like YouTube or the internet and Google something like that, because you're going to get some horrific stories and you will stay well away from it after that. And that's not the purpose. The spirit world are here in a essence. They want to help. They want you to see what the truth is. So for me, the best thing that I can recommend is that while you're looking into the idea of unlocking psychic abilities or unlocking mediumistic abilities, is maybe go and watch some of these people that are demonstrating those abilities. You know, maybe have a couple of psychic readings, or go to a psychic fair where you can see it unfold, see how their relationship has been developed, see how it is that they present their work. Equally, for those budding mediums out there, or you want to work with the spirit world, go and watch. It's my best advice. It's something that I did so much of and still do today. I go and observe how a medium works. I want them to show me how they demonstrate their relationship with the spirit world. What kind of information are they getting? How do they package it? How do they educate through their workings publicly? So it's one of those strongest bits within development that I can recommend. Go and watch people do it, especially these ones that are creating videos, especially these ones that talk so much on it. Then maybe go and see what it is that they do, go and see how they demonstrate, and you can then offset what it is that they're saying on camera, on YouTube, on the internet, to the way they actually demonstrate. And so this is maybe a good point for me to announce a local dem that I'm doing again at the Priory in Stevenage in the UK, in Hitchin it's actually at. Tickets are now live on the website, so mediumcharliekelly.co.uk, and you can come and watch me demonstrate what it is that I am talking about. If you like the video, give it a like, comment. As always, I love the engagement there, and I think I answer every single comment that comes on. I love engaging on the channel. Share it if it's something that you think will help someone else. And I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. I'm now getting ready for a demonstration that I've got to do on mediumship tonight in Romford, and then I'm going to have the weekend. No, I'm not having a weekend off. I've got a workshop this weekend, and probably a demonstration on Sunday. So I'll be busy, and I'll see you all on Monday.